Welcome all. One of the bugbears of being sort of a video or cinematography enthusiast is that you're going to be using a lot of batteries. And battery management is always going to be a pain. I put out a video a little while ago about the battery management case that I've got, and that sort of helps me keep all the batteries in one place. And thankfully most of the batteries that I use are MPF for the camera, monitor, and whatever lighting devices that I've got and so on. So that simplifies the actual battery management to a certain degree. But one of the things is that you never really know what the power stage or the capacity of the battery happens to be at any particular time until it just dies on you. And monitoring the battery state, if you've got lots of batteries and not using them all the time, is also problematic. It's not ideal to let the batteries go down too much, and it's not always ideal to be charging them all the time to make sure that they're up to snuff. So what I've done is I had an old MPF charger, a very cheap one that you can get off eBay, and that's where I got it from originally. And to that I've actually attached a Voltmeter, another little device that I've had for a long time, which I was planning to use for another purpose, but it never eventuated, so I decided to actually connect it or double it up with the actual charger. Now, excuse me, those who want to sort of look at doing this, you need to get one of these cheap chargers that are actually quite thick. Modern ones are coming out, they're only about half the thickness, and that's going to be problematic putting one of these little voltmeters on there if you want to do it the way that I've done in this particular example. And all I did was just separate the two sides, threw away the internal charging componentry with the MPF charger itself, and then just connected the wires from the voltmeter to the terminals inside on the charger itself. And what it does is when you connect your battery up, it will show you the voltage. Now this one is at 7.85 or thereabouts, and it's been fully charged, and it's not up to where it should be. And this is one of those cheap Bonacell batteries that I've spoken about before. They're absolutely not worth buying. They're really cheap, and that's an incentive to buy them because they are so cheap. But they're utter rubbish. So anyone, if you're seeing Bonacell batteries and thinking about buying one, don't buy it. Just give it a miss. Now this is another battery called a Jinboshi brand. I haven't been able to find them anymore. I don't know why, but this is also the 970 version with the 6-pack in there. And when you connect that up, you'll see it goes to about 8.2926 or so. And that's what the fully charged battery should be showing, about 8.5 volts thereabouts. So this is a really simple, easy way that you can connect any battery to it, and they all give you a reading, and it's a good way to actually find out what sort of state of charge your battery might be before it dies completely. So if it's starting to go down into the low 7 volts, then it's about time to start charging them up again. Now, I don't say this is something that you'll use in the field, but if you're carrying a lot of batteries in the field and you sort of lose track of which ones are up to charge and which aren't, it's a nice little device to carry around with you, and you can actually quickly just see that's a good battery or that's a bad battery. So I thought I'd put that out there for people who are DIY inclined and want something very simple. It's not very expensive to make this, and it works a treat because there's no power requirements or anything for it. And the carts are readily available on eBay for a few dollars basically, and I think that's only five or so Australian dollars for the voltmeter coming from China. And if you can find one of these battery chargers that are thicker ones, and that's one you should be getting, or if you want to sort of try to modify one of the thin ones, you can probably do it, but you just need to jury-rig some sort of a housing for it so they can connect together. And this is just held together by electrician's tape, so it's sturdy and does the trick. So on that note, I'll call it cheers.